praise. Did you enjoy your lunch today? Give it up for the BSCO staff who served you. Come on, give it up.
Yeah.
Woo! Welcome to Power, presenting opportunities where everyone rises. We're so glad that you're here today. This is a special day for a lot of reasons, honey.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Well, say, tell us.
Number one,
I feel something.
we get to see your face again. Number two, somebody we know real good is celebrating their birthday this weekend. Our CEO, Pastor Chris Harris. Give it up. Come on, raise the roof. Happy birthday, sir. We love you. Come on, y'all. Woo!
You don't look a day over 87. You don't look a day over 80. Boy, God is preserving you, I tell you.
So here's it. Usually when it's your birthday, people give gifts to you, right? That's usually how it works. At least that's how it works for me.
I
want my gift on my birthday.
You do.
I want my gift on my birthday. But you are receiving free food today.
Man.
From Chick-fil-A? Who does that? Free information, free prizes. All you got to do is have the right number for the Power Bingo. And we have some other resources that we'll talk about in a few minutes. But we're so glad you're here. Pastor, we love you, Pastor Harris. Give it up to him one more time. So today I have with me my illustrious husband again.
Don't get jealous, Pastor.
Hey, boo. Go ahead, honey.
Did y'all play your game? Did y'all enjoy the game? Who got the first one? What's the first one? All right, football. Second one. Huh? Nightstand.
Nightstand.
Third one. All right, y'all some smart people in here. What's the last one? Snow globe. All right, give yourself a hand.
We want to give away some money right now.
Okay.
We want to give away a $25 gift card.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well,
what you want to do?
Huh?
What you want to do? What should we do about that?
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I know Pastor's birthday is this week. Anybody else was born on April 1st? Not you, Annie. Y'all the only two born on April 1st?
What about April 2nd? What about April 3rd? No, we stand in April now. What about April 4th? What about April 5th? You work here. You work here.
You April 5th?
April 6th? We're going to come back and give that card away because we got some information for you, and we want to be able for you to get that. Stay engaged. I remember April 5th. Stay tuned for this next video. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Hey, Chicago, I'm giving away 4,900 free Android tablets. I'm Pastor Chris Harris, and I'm super excited to partner with Moolah Mobile. Listen to me good. The digital divide is still real, and many people still struggle to have access to the internet. And so we are really looking forward. On my 49th birthday, I wanted to give. And listen, on the screen, you have everybody who is eligible. My encouragement to you today, share this with everybody in the Chicagoland area. I want to make sure students have access, seniors have access, moms and dad have access. This is what it's all about. So listen, all you have to do is go and register right now. Those who are eligible, we're going to be a blessing to you. And check it out. If you sign up by March 29th, you will have yours in your hand by April the 1st. I'm excited. Celebrate my 49th birthday with me. Go to our website and share this with everybody that you can, that we're giving access to great free tablets and the internet. And there's some other great things that are happening. Go to the website, sign up today, and on April 1st, it's my 49th birthday, and we're giving away 4,900 free Android tablets. Sign up today. I want to be a blessing on my day of celebration. When I went to Israel in December of 2012, I saw a place called Natal in Tel Aviv. And what blew me away was the fact that they had people in Israel that suffer from PTSD. But while they worry about missiles and sirens there, we're counting body bags and toe tags every single day in Chicago. So I decided I wanted to bring back to Bronzeville what I saw in Israel. One of the things that prompted this work is the fact that there's this vicious cycle of violence. And folks were asking, why does this happen? That's why we have to do the trauma counseling work.
So, we know that hurt people, and so we end up as advocates, we end up as wounded healers.
The reality of it is, to ask for help is actually showing strength. It takes a strong person to ask for help, to need, to show that they need help.
We have so many people who really don't believe that there are certain resources that are available to them. And with the help and the partnership that we have with Northwestern Medicine, it's been able to really open their eyes to other resources that they can take advantage of to really empower them.
I shared with you, I'm a son of the soil of Bronzeville, raised up in the Dearborn homes, 2930 South Dearborn. So I work, worship, and witness in the place that I was born and raised. And that's really exciting. So when you think about Bright Star Community Outreach's turn model, it's 5 core competencies: counseling, mentorship, parenting, workforce development, and advocacy. With BSCO and Northwestern Medicine partnering, the one statement that I would make is game changer. Northwestern Medicine comes in to say, hey, listen, we want to be a part of the process of healing the community, helping the community become healthy. And one of the best ways they've done that is educating the community.
I am really happy to hear that you're absolutely reaching out to people and definitely doing something. That is amazing.
I've been born and raised in Bronzeville, and I can honestly say that organizations like Bright Star, I've seen change youth and entire communities.
Don't come and do it to us, come and do it with us. And that's what Northwestern Medicine has done.
Power, y'all make some noise up in here today. All right, wait a minute. Let me try it again. Power, make some noise up in here today. Now, if you have anybody that is good looking at your table, go crazy for them right now. I am super duper excited. Pastor Chris Harris here, and I'm proud to welcome all of you all to our Bright Star Community Outreach Power Session. And POWER is an acronym presenting opportunities where everyone rise. And this is really what it's all about. Do me a favor. I know y'all got some Chick-fil-A juice on y'all hand, but just grab your neighbor's hand right now and raise it up and say, when I go up, I'm taking you with me. Make some noise for all of us rising together. Come on. And listen, I'm encouraging all of you all that are watching by way of online streaming. I hope you will share this platform. And even those of you all that are in here in the room, I want all of you all to make sure that you go on our Bright Star Community Outreach page on Facebook. You can also go on our Pastor Chris Harris Senior Facebook page. We're putting it everywhere. On our Bright Star Church Chicago page, on our St. James Church Chicago page, just every page that we got, we're putting it out there, because here's what we believe, that information is what develops inspiration. And more than getting you informed, beyond getting you inspired, our goal in these sessions every single Wednesday is to get you involved. So let me just say thank you all for constantly coming. Every single week, we get the privilege to inform. Y'all check this out. More than 1,500 people watching online. So y'all please go crazy for our audience online. Now wait, I don't know if we can do this, but zoom that middle camera in. I just want to talk to y'all a little bit. if you are a female, I need you to tag some other females right now and just tell them they got to tune in today. Brothers, if you got a mother, a sister, an aunt, a god sister, any amazing woman that you know, I need you to tag them right now and tell them to tune in to today's power session. Why? This is the final day that we get to celebrate one of the greatest creations God ever made, a woman. Y'all go crazy as we celebrate Women's History Month. All the women in the room, if you can, stand on your feet. Y'all, come on. I need y'all to go crazy for all these powerful women. Ladies, y'all got to make noise for each other. Yo, now let me just say this. It's really, really important. We have some amazing CEOs. We have some amazing, powerful people. But let me tell you why I'm grateful today about today's session. The reason I'm grateful about today's session is because the people that make me look good, to be very honest with you, are these women that are on this stage. These ladies lead Bright Star Community Outreach. Now, it's not just the ladies, but fellas, I see y'all at Men's History Month. But today, we're just talking about these sisters, and they help us to shine brighter. Up here on this stage, you have expert executive assistants, you have chief operating officers, you have directors, supervisors, managers, people who lead things. But thank God that we have the privilege today to celebrate, honor, and learn from, hear from leading women. Go crazy for all of these ladies that are on our panel today. Power, make them feel welcome today. Come on. I want to give everybody an opportunity to introduce yourselves, and we'll start over this way. Just give us your name and just a little bit about you. Just really, really quick, 20 seconds about you so we can really, really dig into the conversation.
Having worked with BSCO for almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
I am the mom of an amazing 6-year-old, and I really, really believe that it's so important to pour into families. That's what drives me every day.
Amazing.
Good afternoon. I'm Sylvia, everyone. Sylvia Osborne. Thank you. I am Pastor Harris's new executive assistant, so pray for me. No, but my son is with me today here in the back.
Good afternoon, Power. My name is Deanna Perez, and I'm the director for the Behavioral Health Department here at Bright Star Community Outreach. I've been very lucky to be here for the last year and a little over a half, and I can't wait to continue to work with each and every one of you.
Good afternoon, Power. Joni Vaughn. Nice to see y'all. Thank you for being here. And in August, on the 27th, I will be married 29 years to my boo.
Inside joke. That's my boo. That's my best friend.
Let me go ahead.
I'm Taran Williams. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Bright Star. Thank you.
And she don't like public speaking, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Taran. We'll wait on you. I got her on the red carpet for sure today. Tell us a little bit about Taran.
Yeah, this is one. I didn't know I was going to be on a stage today, so I'll take my time a little bit here.
No, you won't. You'll take 20 seconds, but go ahead.
So I have come to BSCO at a time that it was needed, and very happy to be here. Worked for multiple institutions outside, municipal agencies, private places, private locations and businesses, companies, etc., even pharmaceutical industry. Worked in sales and a lot of other places. So I think a wide array of experiences and places I've been have prepared me to be their Chief Operating Officer.
One more time, everybody. Y'all go crazy for all of these folks. Listen, these are leading ladies, and I want to really talk about the fact that we cannot do what we do without these folks that are on this stage today. But it's not easy. In order for you to do work in a social services, health and human services environment, you really have to be a selfless person. You have to be a giver. I couldn't help but to notice most of them that spoke, they talked about family. And we see the community as our family. So let's just start not talking about what you all do, but let's kind of deal with who you are as a person. Let me start with Kathy. Dealing with all of the life challenges and things that you have experienced, just talk a little bit about how you continue to give to people while you go through your own life challenges, you go over your own life challenges, and get to the other side of your own life challenges. Are those some of the things that make you give and do what you do? Just educate us a little bit on the responsibility of your heart, which goes into your habits.
So how much time do I have?
Just 20 seconds. That's all you got. Go for it.
So I grew up with a single mom of 7 kids, no resources, didn't even know where to get the resources, and went through a lot of stuff where resources would have been extremely helpful. So, you know, hopping over to my adult years now where I have my own family and go through my own trials and tribulations, I think that what keeps me going and keeps me giving is, one, it's how I relieve my stresses, my anxieties. It's how I help to get through I know God will get me through what I'm going through because I'm giving to others, right? So it's helping me get to the other side of peace. And then, you know, I always think, like, if I'm going through this, or I've went through this, there's somebody else that is also going through it or has went through it. So what can I do for somebody else that would make my situation easier for me if somebody did it for me? No matter if that's past or that's current. That could be money stressors, right? If I have money stressors, you all have money stressors, right? So how do I connect you to financial literacy so you can improve your credit, so you can improve your savings? So really just remembering that I'm a real person and I go through real things and I'm going through real things, and the community, they're real people too. And what I'm going through, they're going through also. I just have the benefit of having the resources in my hand. So therefore, I'm obligated to share them and to give them out to other people.
That's powerful. I think it's powerful. If you had to pick one out of the myriad of things, especially what Bright Star Community Outreach and all of our other partners do, if you had to pick just one, what is one main community effort that you truly are passionate about and believe in?
Oh, that's hard, Pastor Harris.
I know.
Just one?
I know.
So what I will say is just one. Man, there's so much. So the thing that Bright Star does that I am a firm believer on, you can ask Joan, is we don't do things to the community. We don't come in and say, you need a white horse. We, with the community, say, what do you need? We gather the data to look at the data and then say the community wants and needs a brown horse, so let's go find a brown horse, right? So doing things with the community, and that's what Bright Star does, right? Everything that I do is based on, what do you need? What does Mother Mallard need? What is not, this is what I think she wants, right? So I think that the effort of gathering data and ensuring that the programming that we're doing and the resources that we're giving is data informed, so that the community ends up better.
And I think what's interesting about that, Kathy, is a lot of people don't believe that listening to the community is a community effort. We always have entities that come and try to do things, as you said, to the community or for the community and not necessarily with the community. Nicole, you've been with me for quite some time now. Just so you all know, Nicole and I grew up together. We've known each other for 35 years. Wow. We used to sing in the Soul Children of Chicago, and she was living in Knoxville, Tennessee. And she called me and she was like, listen, I'm getting ready to get married. I'd like for you to perform the wedding and do the counseling. I was like, okay, so are you moving back to Chicago? She was like, well, we're undecided. I was like, tell you what, if you want me to do your wedding, you want me to do the counseling, I ain't doing it unless you move back to Chicago and come and work for me. It worked, y'all. She's been here for 8 years now. And if you did your job description, her job description is really all things PCH, because wherever I am, she really is. Now, I know we got a lot, but what if you had your top thing would be the thing that makes you passionate about the community work that you get to lead?
It's really hard. I was thinking,
I know.
Yes, Kathy. So I'm going to say our workforce development initiatives is really what drives me.
Mm-hmm.
As we're thinking about workforce development, and I spoke about this before, really giving individuals the opportunity not just to have a job that's minimum wage, but really giving them the transferable skills that gives them the opportunity to get resources that really help to build wealth for their families. So I think that us looking at workforce development in a different way, which in my opinion affects all the different areas. So workforce development not only enhances people in terms of what happens to them financially, it can help them mentally, it can help them physically, it can give them more hope. And I think that that's really important. So it's the bridge that I think that begins the success. And then when you think about workforce development, it also is violence prevention. So I think that that's one thing that we do that's really holistic in nature that really gets me excited.
I think that's pretty amazing. And when you talk about plans, passions, protections, Joni, one of my favorite books that I read out all the time, and one of the names of the book is Proverbs, and one of the chapters is about chapter 19, and I love somewhere around verse 21, it talks about many other plans of a man, right? A man can have a bunch of plans in their mind, but I think God's purpose is what really fuels all of that. Let me ask you, what are you passionate about? And what do you do that you would do for free? Even though it's a job, I think there's a difference between a job and a calling. What would you say is the thing that you do that you would still do for free?
Well, Pastor, I love to have interaction and engagement with people. I don't have to know you. I don't have to see you ever again in my lifetime. But just to know for that few moments or an hour or two, I have been able to engage with you, to learn your name, to learn a little bit about who you are. So I believe, Pastor, that listen and silent is the same word. It's just spelled the other way. So if you will just be silent and listen, you will learn about the people that God places before you or that you come in contact with. It's not always for us to talk. If we would listen more, that's why we only have one mouth and two ears. So we are supposed to listen twice as much as we speak. So I believe that is what he's called me to do. And the reaction is that right there. That's what he's called me to do.
Yeah, I know a guy that used to be like, tell him what I told you. Listen, did y'all hear what she said? I mean, that raised me up. The words listen and silent, same letters, two different words. How powerful is that? I think it is abundantly amazing. And with our helpline and the trauma work that we do, we always say before we can heal, we must first listen. Before we can heal, we must first hear what those needs are. Let me just ask you, Deanna, you lead our trauma counseling work, you lead and direct our behavioral health department. Do you believe that people listen enough and take time to pour into people? Because a lot of people don't realize these exchanges are often transactional and not really relational. Teach us how we can hear more.
That's a really good question, a really good thought. I think that in this world, when you can have an answer in a split second because you have a device in your back pocket now that will give it to you, we are very transactional. We want things when we want them, especially when it comes to mental health and our physical health. We want a quick fix. And so as a society, we're slowly coming away from listening to each other and listening to ourselves, being kind to ourselves and being kind to our neighbors. And so to your point, I feel like it's my job to train this department to the best of my ability, so we are here to listen to you, so that we can help you and point you in the right direction and really be there for you. Not give you answers, not give you the things that you may not need, but just be with you and hear you. Because there's so much that is going on so fast that we forget that. We forget to help ourselves and to help our neighbors.
I think that, and one of the reasons I love that we do the trauma counseling work, and for those of you all that may not know, we have a trauma helpline that's available. You can call it at any moment, 833-TURN-123, and we'll put that information on the screen for you. You saw the commercial a little bit earlier. But let me just ask you, isn't it amazing that I can try to reach my fullest potential and not be able to tap into my potential because of trauma? When I'm trying to tap into my future, what should I be focused on? What do you think I should really focus on when I'm trying to move ahead? And is there anybody in the room, can we be transparent today, that's ever been traumatized in your life before? Look at those hands going up. And is there anybody like me that when you had that moment of traumatic experience, it put you on pause? You could be writing a book and have writer's block because of trauma. You can want to have the next level of your relationship and be on pause because of trauma. When we're trying to tap into our potential and tap into our future, what should we focus on, Deanna?
I think to your point, that pause is your body telling you that you can't fix this in a second. You can't fix this in 30 seconds. It's going to take time. And our society has told us, oh, there's a pill, or, oh, we can just forget it, or we can pray it away. Right. Sometimes we can't.
That's right.
And so it takes time. Just like when you were a little kid and you fell on the playground and you needed to clean that cut and put a Band-Aid on it, it takes a while for that cut to heal. And if you don't clean it first, it's going to fester. And if it festers, it gets worse and worse. And that's when you see life problems. And that's when you see other issues in your life with your relationships. So when you come and speak to people like here in the behavioral health department, we help you to take that Band-Aid off. We help you to clean it a little bit and then put that Band-Aid back on until it becomes a scar. And that's what we can hope for with regards to trauma. We're not going to forget it because it makes us more resilient. It makes us stronger and faster. So,
when you think about it, Sylvia, thinking about tapping into your future or trying to develop into something, just kind of give us some tutelage today on how you can position yourself for future potential, tapping into your passion, and let me just say this, not giving up on your dreams. Would you do me a favor? Would you push on somebody right now and tell them, don't give up on your dreams? Come on, touch somebody else. Tell them, don't give up on your dreams. I'm going to see if I can say something to get 30 of y'all to clap only if you agree. It doesn't matter how old you are, how far behind you are. You can start all over again. I got some witnesses. So Sylvia, you're my executive assistant. Lord have mercy. Y'all pray for me between Annie and Sylvia. It ain't no joke. Push us to that next place. Coach us.
First, can I have your mic? That's why I didn't think my mic was on, because yours is like substantial.
See, y'all turn her mic up. That's what she's saying.
But thank you for the question, Pastor Harris. I think it's very important that we surround ourselves with mentors. It is how I was able to get to where I am today. Someone saw something in me that I didn't necessarily know was there. I went to school for business purposes. I wanted to go to beauty school, and my mother said, no, we're going to go to college. And going to college, it was a whole new world. If you remember the show Different World, it is a different world. And there you meet all these professors and all these different individuals from all over the country, and you start to learn and grow about yourself. And so it was a supervisor at the time, her name Tracy Cunningham, I'll never forget her. She said, Sylvia, you are really good at this community work. And I'm like, what is there such thing as community work? I was just trying to, own my own business one day. And she's like, no, you're really good. So maybe you should go and make this a full-time opportunity for you by going to grad school. I was like, wait a second, you could go to grad school for college purposes, like to learn more about community? Like, how does this work? So I ended up doing 2 years at Northern Illinois University centered around building community and helping the community. And it is how I landed the position here at Bright Star, doing what I love to do, what I don't have to be paid to do because I love to do volunteerism. So it's almost like I volunteer every single day. Close your ears, Pastor Harris. But it is almost like I'm volunteering every single day to help someone get to the next level. And to Pastor Harris's second part of the question of don't forget about your dreams, yes, I do desire to be a CEO still of my own entity. And in the meantime, this is this is the way God is leading me to be able to help catapult me into the direction that he wants me to go. So it's almost like I have a volunteer experience / internship / okay, this is your work that you're doing to get you to the next level.
That's exactly right. And I think the powerful thing, and first of all, we are not ashamed about acknowledging God here. We are perfectly okay with that. And I just want to say, whether you call him God or a higher power, the universe, call it what you want to. But the reality is it's different things for different people. And I believe the positioning is powerful, right? God will, I do believe this personally. I believe that God will properly position you and connect you to people, watch this, who want the same thing for you that you want for yourself. Or they want for themselves. And here's what I tell everybody. Don't you ever allow your cup to sit on a table next to a pitcher that won't pour into you. Don't you ever. No. If I'm going to get that close to you, if I'm going to get that connected to you, listen, leaders have to not be threatened by other people's potential. Here's what I always believe. I believe this without a shadow of a doubt. Anybody that's threatened by you going higher than them or going further than them should not be your mentor, should not be your coach, should not be your leader, and certainly shouldn't be your pastor. Y'all ought to clap on that part right there. I just believe. I want anybody to go faster and further than I have. But wait, that talks about positioning. Everybody say positioning. Listen, you got to be in the right position. And you got to be in the right place, but also the right time. Cicely, talk to us a little bit about being positioned properly. The right place at the right time. Are there principles that we can learn about being properly positioned at the right time?
Yes, I think it is, Pastor. First of all, I think it's important to know your purpose. And your purpose in life, it comes from God. Amen. So you have to know where you need to be and just believe that that purpose, you're going to achieve that purpose and knowing that it's coming to pass. So just setting your goal on your expectation in life and believing that what you want to do can come to pass. So it's very important, when you have these purposes and, when coming to BSCO, leaving a job after 29 years, I worked on the child care. And I know I have a deeper purpose, and that's working with people within the community, which I love to do. And I know that this is the way that the Lord desired me to go so that I can build more into my purpose that he has for me.
I think that's amazing. Y'all give it up for folks that really serve. Now, this is a heavy one here. And a lot of people don't know how to ask for help, right? They often operate in a place of pride, right? But do me a favor, look at somebody and say, I could use your help.
I can use your help.
Right? Now, see, I'm old school, and I was raised up in the projects. When you ain't had no money, you ask somebody, hey, can I hold some? Right? Can I get that 20? And this book that I tend to read out of all the time, and I learned from it, it said, you have not because you... Oh, y'all read that book too, right? And so the reality is a closed mouth don't get fed. And the worst thing you can do is use ego and pride and make you miss an opportunity to have help. What do people tend to ask for, tend to need, and do you believe that we are properly placed to kind of provide those things?
So I believe people ask for everything. In anything. You may need $20. You may need resources to help you move. I am a person that's a vast knowledge of resources and have them in my back pocket. So I am probably a good resource for many in my community and my family. Those come to me, and if I can't directly help you, I will point you in the right direction where you can obtain the necessary help that you need. But like Pastor Harris says, if you don't ask for it, no one is able to help you. So if you're sitting there festering, sometimes I kind of poke my nose in people's business. So if you're festering on something, and I've done this to Pastor Harris as his executive, I'm like, what do you need? What is going on? And he'll be like, well, I'm looking for someone to do cleaning or someone. I was like, okay, I got you. Like, let's do this. Let's move.
That's how you got the job.
Yes.
That's true.
It's so true. He called me for the banquet.
That's right.
And looking for someone to pipe and drape the church. And I was like, yep, I got it. I'll call them tomorrow. We'll be on it.
That's right.
So did that. And so when you don't know, you don't know. And so asking someone is not a problem to ask for help or is no dumb question. You get taught that in kindergarten. There's no dumb question. So if I don't have the answer, I can at least point you in the direction to obtain your answer.
There's some powerful women up here. Y'all ought to give it up. And knowledgeable. Now, right time, right place. We have the right leader, Mr. Rand, as our Chief Operating Officer. I'm excited. We've known each other since we were teenagers. We go all the way back. And now neither one of us knew that this is where you would land. I didn't know that you would be here. You didn't know that you would land here. But God had a plan. I'm just going to call it what it is. And I believe purpose met, right? Passion and purpose met. And I'll ask you, as the new Chief Operating Officer, why do you believe that you were sent to do this work? And let's talk about women being equipped to get the work done. Not just why you are here to do this work, but women being equipped, because I am a firm believer, and I don't know if anybody will clap when I say this, but women know how to get the job done. I got to give it to y'all. I'm not saying that men don't, but there is a procrastination that comes with us. And there are sometimes challenges and challenges that stifle us. Let's acknowledge that. But women get the job done. Talk to me about that passion, your purpose, why you believe you were here, and just women being equipped to get it done.
So I'll start with passion. I came, and I tell this story, few of you have heard it, out of a family of 25. My grandmother was a woman that she would adopt children. We'd had foster children in her home. And then we had all of our cousins that lived there, if that makes sense. If some of you came out of the same homes I came out of, then you know family bunk up. And it was one of those times where we all grew up together. And the only thing that we had in our that I can remember is love. My grandmother was so good at that I didn't even know we were poor. That's so funny. It was the world who taught me that I didn't have anything, because they never told me in my household. We did everything together. She loved on us, and we didn't miss anything. And so coming out of neighborhoods that were kind of built like that is just how Chicago was built. We had community life in those neighborhoods. So my past is all of that, being built and established on a foundation of love. Through that, having a love for God. Early in my life, I've always had a love for God. It's so funny. I grew up Baptist. I ended up going to Kojic. I was part of a Church of Holiness. And I swear to you, I've been set in almost anything and everything. And I think God had a purpose with it. It's taught me to love no matter what. And it is not out of some religious picture. It's loving God for who he is and what he can do for his own people and what he wants to do for us. And so I said that to say the past is love, the foundation. The present is getting me into a place where I'm being developed. And over time, God had taken me and walked me through different stages of my life. I worked, and you know, it's so strange. He took me and isolated me. I didn't even know he was doing this. And he protected me and a shield of faith around me. I have never, ever had to fight any battle. I really mean that. I've been in some really tough places. I've worked for the city. I've worked for some of the top pharmaceutical companies. And whenever something came against me, he would tell me to stand still. And I can remember the word of God rising up in me on some occasions through different experiences in life where he positioned me to stand still to represent him. You find that he will set the standard and nothing can move it. And so being established in that allowed me to go many places, meet many people, and be able to get developed in those areas. And so by the time I made it to a place of purpose, I'll tell you really quickly, and I know I'm supposed to have 20 minutes, but I'm going to take a little bit more, you guys.
That's what you can do when you're the chief operating officer, right?
So I'll tell you a little story about me most people don't get to hear. I worked in 2005, and I got laid off from my job, and God deals with me with dreams. He told me that he was getting ready to do some really big things with me. And I had no idea what promotion looked like. So it's not what we think it is. When you talk about promotion, the refining that he talks about, it's almost like gold going through fire. If you really want to do work for God, I can guarantee you it's not going to look like what people are telling you it is. It's a whole new different process that you go through, that he develops you through. And I lost my job. I remember not having a place to go for almost 14 years. You never heard that story? I was homeless for 4 years and 14 years in transition before I got my next job. But among that, God had allowed me, while I was working for the city of Chicago, to go into a place of a shelter. And he knows that I'm a fix-it person. Give me a puzzle, I'll put it together. Give me the pieces, I promise I'll tell you how they go together. And so that's the gift that he gave me. And so among that, he allowed me to go to a shelter. Now, I had no idea what I was doing there, but intense prayer, 3 years, 8 hours a day. I get to really intensely work with God, and he talks to me the same way I could talk to you all. And I could remember him laying out a plan for homeless, laying out a plan for people that had struggles with jobs. I have a brother that's been in the prison system for 30 years. And so you want to talk about the challenges that families go through with these individuals that are being incarcerated. And then I had a sister who was an alcoholic. And so we had challenges with that. Had many family members. So I really believe he put me in a community where there was nothing but all of those challenges so that I could figure out how to fix them. And by the time I got done writing a plan for the homeless structure And I mean, I really got a chance to intensely understand the transitions that people were going through by going through it myself. It wasn't something that he could explain to me. It was not something that the city was ever able to fix. And how do you know that God will take a precious stone and place it in a place? Right after I wrote that whole program that he had given me, he literally took me to work for the state of Illinois in some of the top positions. I've worked for IDPH, DHS, DCFS, before working for 2 governors. And it was by no accident, because by the time I got to the governor's office, they were asking me what the problems were. And I was able to help them find solutions for the neighborhood. So I tell this testimony not because I'm a person, you can look at me and you see and you believe that she's just this proper speaking person, but I promise you, the fire he put me through, he refined me through it. And he allowed me to be able to tell this testimony. And he allowed me to love people even when they don't love me. When you sit there and you reject people and you don't understand what you're doing to them, I'm made for this. I am made for it. And I will teach you how to love people that you call yourself rejecting. You don't know them, get to know them, because God is rooted in love, and love conquers all.
My God. Well, you better pray. My God. Now that's power, y'all, to go crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what struck me. That you got equipped through the experience. I am a firm believer that pain produces purpose. I'm convinced of that. Pain produces purpose. And I appreciate you sharing that story of what we in church call a testimony, because I'm convinced that every step you picked up something that would equip you to do what you're doing right now. And I encourage every person, pick something up on every step. Let me say it again, pick something up on every step. Now I'm going higher, but most of us don't take an elevator. Most of us, we got stairs. But on every level, there's something you're supposed to pick up. And I'm thoroughly convinced of that. And I'm grateful that all of these powerful ladies have done it. And I want to get ready to close this segment in the next 10 minutes. But I want to do something special today. There is also another powerful woman. A powerful woman who is a PK, and she's a corporate executive. And this woman, pretty amazing lady, she was an executive at the United Way and was getting ready to retire. And in her retirement, I was like, hey, look, I know you get ready to retire. You're going to have some more time. I'd love for you to come, and I would love for you to please help me for 2 months. Well, 8 years later, she's still here. I want y'all to give a standing ovation to one of our leading ladies coming up this way, Miss Carol Jones, known as CJ. Come on. Come on, everybody. Stand on your feet. Y'all go crazy for CJ. It's my mama. Now, CJ, you come sit in my seat. Watch your step there. I'm grateful. Which mic we using? This one? The one she got? There we go. Now, CJ, I'm giving you my seat, and I want you to take over. And y'all take about 15 more minutes to talk amongst women, because there's some conversations women have men don't belong in. Clap your hands for CJ and the ladies.
Thank you. So I just want to, before we get into talking about this, I want to share a little bit with you about my leadership experience. I was a leader, I can safely say, before everyone at this area was born. So I remember when I first was asked to be a manager, and I was hot. You couldn't say anything about me. But, you know, being the PK kid, I thought, I probably need to ask someone, what do you need to do to be a leader? So I went to my director who said, what you need to be a good leader is tell them what to do. And if they ask you why, tell them because I told you. That's why. And I said, but certainly you need to thank them. No, you don't need to thank them. They're doing a job and you're paying them. So now this seemed a little harsh to me, but he was well respected, so I embraced his suggestion. I won't go into a lot. I'll just say it did not go well. I learned 3 things through that. I learned, 1, that you didn't necessarily become a leader because you had the title. I also learned that you could be a leader without a title. And finally, I learned that my director was an idiot and I shouldn't have listened to him. So it's important that as leaders and women, we listen and we learn. And so I'm just going to ask the group here, what's been the hardest thing on you for being a woman who acts in a leadership capacity? You know I'm going to pick on you, Nicole.
So I think the most difficult is work-life balance. Mm-hmm. That's extremely challenging. But I think in addition, for me personally, it's the grace that you have to balance between being a leader who's firm and fair and being a leader who's also, I don't want to say liked because I'm not saying liked, but doesn't create a toxic environment. And so sometimes that balance is difficult because there's sometimes very difficult decisions that you have to make. There's strong decisions that you have to make that are not necessarily popular. And so how do you juxtapose that? And so, you know, you always have your own stuff going on. Everybody has a history. So I bring a history to my work that I can't necessarily allow to inform what I do. But that doesn't mean that it still isn't my history. So figuring out how to balance that, I think, has been one of the biggest challenges in leadership for me.
So I absolutely agree. What have you found to be a problem, and I'm Deanna, with being a woman in your industry? How are you accepted as a woman and a leader?
I can honestly say that in behavioral health, it is a very woman-dominated industry. So being a woman has not been my challenge. Being a clinical leader and a woman in leadership has been a challenge, because even though it is very female-dominated, somehow all the leaders are still men. And as we all know, we all have very different perspectives. And so my thing is building systems and listening to my staff and making sure that they come back every day to do this really difficult work that I'm asking them to do every day. That is not necessarily what some of my previous leaders believed in. They believed more in the bottom line, billing, and things that are important because we need to come back the next day and pay our staff, but can be done so in a way that is more suave, more feminine. And so that has always been my challenge. In addition to, because of how I am and my own personality, being perceived as not knowing my role, or being too strong, or being not feminine enough, but in a role that requires some very hard decisions and some very sometimes drastic change. So I think that's been my biggest challenge.
Yeah. I would venture to say that we've all experienced the not feminine enough, not strong enough, or not being taken seriously because you were cute. And to still have to command the respect of the people that you work with. So tell me, Cicely, has that ever happened to you? Have you found yourself in a place where you had to cut through all of that in order to do what you were asked to do?
Yes, I do. With my own personal experience, I think coming into my role, I found it to be challenging when I was younger of age. And basically, being the youngest out of the group and then having a male supervisor was very challenging because they would remind me of that I'm the youngest of the group. And basically, I learned through those challenges how to make sure that those goals and make sure that those policies and procedures were set into place to make sure that I follow those procedures. And when I crossed some of those challenges, I would go back to reflect on those. And using those in my role as a supervisor now. And it's so important when we build those relationships with our teams to make sure we follow those procedures, to make sure that we set those guidelines of expectations from them, and also developing communication with them. It's important. Sometimes we can forget as a supervisor that communication is the key to build a strong relationship with your team, and making sure that I'm actually are actually showing those same, respect to them, just being honest with them, being upfront and being caring and just being respectful. All those things matter as a leader. And, we got to basically show who we are as a leader and be able to do our role as a leader, but also set those boundaries as a leader. And so it's just important, through those times that I had to go through, being told, oh, I got grandkids older than you. You can sit down. And just learning some of those trials has really helped me to develop who I am and loving what I do and just making sure that I communicate. I have an open door policy and be able to set those boundaries as, like I stated before, that we all are aware of what we're supposed to be doing and our purpose of what we're doing.
Great. I have a question for each one of you. What would you tell an up-and-coming young woman who's ready to tackle the world? What would be your advice to her? And I'll start with you, Tran.
An up-and-coming woman, I would tell her to understand how to work out the skills and the abilities and strengths that she has to lay the foundation so that when the storm comes as she's going up, it will not knock her down. I will tell her to refer to people that have that leadership qualities that they can pour into her. It's kind of like the glass and the cup of water that Pastor talked about, so that when they're pouring into her, they're pouring in on good soil, things that can grow and be able to be good fruit that can manifest into what God loves, so that he can continue to propel her into her future.
Thank you. Joni?
Well, I think if there is an up-and-coming woman, it is important to do two things. That she remembers to reach back and get someone behind her.
Yes.
And coach her on the way up also. And to remind her that no matter how great she would become personally, that having degrees on the wall does not necessarily make you a good human being.
Yes.
That you have to reach back and help someone else, because that's how you grow personally by helping somebody else. So I would tell her that whomever it happens to be in your path and on your way, make sure you are bringing them along, or at least pointing them in the path that you took. Maybe they won't take the same path, but pointing them in the right direction through your life. Allow them to see how you did it, not where you are, but how you got there, so that they will have a direction to go in as they come up.
Deanna.
I would tell any young woman, first and foremost, know yourself.
Yes.
Whatever it takes, whether it's going to school, whether it's mindfulness, whether it's whatever it is, know yourself. Because the only way that I have found success for myself is to know myself so well. I know what I need to bring to meetings. I know what I need to bring to sessions. I know what I need to put in a box and put to the side, just in case. So know yourself. And second, surround yourself with the best teachers you can find. And those could be your grandmother, those could be your mother, your father, your best friend, or your professor, whoever it is. Find the best teachers to help bring you up. So one, you could know yourself, and two, you're ready for those challenges.
Thank you. Sylvie?
So I would say to make sure that she remains grounded, it's important for her to study to be quiet, so that she can take in, like Lady Vaughn was saying, you know, we have 2 ears, right? So being able to be wise, to know how to maneuver through spaces, and also being prayerful in every situation, because like most of us have mentioned, there are going to be trials that come up. So in order to navigate certain things, you got to be prayerful, you got to be wise, you have to, you know, stay grounded and know who it is that you are in order to overcome the storm.
Thank you. Nikki?
So I would tell her to take the time to know who she is and why she's here. To know that she is always enough, and to never dim her light to make others comfortable.
Yes. Thank you. Annie?
I would tell her, never allow anyone to put you in a box or put cement in your shoes.
All right.
You need to continue to grow, never get comfortable where you are. Always look for that avenue to pivot, because pivoting allows you to grow and allows you to become more successful.
Thank you. Kathy?
They took all the good ones. Man, I echo a lot of what everybody else said. So to be short and sweet, never let anybody dim your light. The skills that you bring to the table are enough without anything more. You are enough. Walk in confidence. Speak loudly and be assertive in your beliefs. And continue to put yourself out there, because somebody will buy your product. Somebody will give you an opportunity. Somebody will push you ahead. Somebody will reach back down. Faith without works is dead.
Yes.
So just continue to push forward, because every day is the first day of the rest of your life.
Yes, thank you. Cicely?
I would tell her to love herself.
Yes.
That's the main important thing. You know, we visualize ourselves being and looking a certain way. And so if you can learn to love yourself and love who you are, you can make it.
Yes.
So that's what I would encourage her to do.
Yes. Thank you. You know, I so agree with what I've heard. I think one other thing that I might say is, don't take yourself so seriously. It's going to get worse. It's going to get better. But it's going to get. So I would love to have you just say thank you to these great ladies that I have the honor of working with every day. And the other thing is, we work well together, and we work for PCH. So that in itself should be a handshake. So before we close, is there anything that anyone else would like to add? And by the way, we think that PCH is the baddest CEO in the land. So we tease him, but we think he's pretty special. Before I close, is there anything that anyone would like to say?
I'll just say that I'm so happy to be able to work alongside all of these beautiful women. Like, what, I don't know where there would be a better team. So y'all are amazing. And I know I wouldn't be me, and I couldn't do, and my team couldn't do the work that we are doing and have done without the input that each and every one of you have given. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Miss Joni, I'm going to give it back to you.
Well, all right. All right, put your hands together for my sisters. Y'all can do so much better than that. Oh, wow. That's it. That's it. Give it to them. While we, did you enjoy this segment today? Did you learn anything? Are y'all ready to play bingo? Well, you know what? I just need, give me okay. You know, by now I should know, right? But I do have an announcement. I would like for you to take a look at your thank you. Put your hands together for Christian Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Harris. I want you to take a look at your table. Information on this table, right? We have referrals. If you have not filled out your referral form, please do that, and someone from BSCO will be around to collect those. We have a calendar there for you to let you know, because this is our last weekly power session. Starting in April, we will only be here the second and fourth Wednesdays. But I promise you, it's going to be as powerful, it's going to be impactful, and we're still going to feed you. One thing we forgot to do, if you have not liked and shared this segment, please do so on your device at this time. Also, you can take your phones and take a selfie with your neighbor, because by now you know them a little bit better. And if you do that, please post it up on our BSCO, Bright Star Community Outreach Facebook page, so that we can see all the beautiful pictures of your faces as we go on through the year. All right? Somebody ready to play power? Who's ready? Let me hear you. Let me hear you. I want you to clap till I get back. You hold on 1 second. I don't hear nobody clapping. I don't hear nobody. All right, I need a basket, somebody. You know, this was an unusual segment today. And I'm going to tell you what, we pulled this thing together in 24 hours because we had someone that was supposed to be here and they weren't able to be here. But I wasn't worried at all, because all of the resources we need is in us. You don't have to go outside of yourself. So we went right in the organization and said, hey, let's get together and have a conversation. And did you enjoy that? I need a basket so that I can put all of my chips in it so I can have something to pull from. Does anybody have a basket? Does anybody have a basket they can give me real quick? Hey, turn it up, Joe. Hey, let me see somebody. Come on, y'all. Let's play. Thank you. I actually need another one with nothing in it. Come on, put your hands. Let's clap. Hey, come on. Hey. Which table is the rowdiest? Let me see. Come on. Let me see. I don't see you doing nothing. Come on, hit it, Joe. Hey, let's go. Where you Let's play power. Give it up for our AV team, Christian Harris. Give it up for Joe and Joe back there. Love y'all. You want to stay up here with me? Hey, we never, look at here. Turn it up one more time, Joe. That's Christian Harris, everybody. Well, we're going to do this first. We're going to do our $50 offline. You got to be here to win that. So this is just a family thing, but we're going to do our power bingo. Y'all ready? Let me hear you. Come on. All right. You want to say it?
Oh, my. Life expectancy gap. Life expectancy gap.
Christian, I'm enjoying you.
What is this? Vaccines. Vaccines. Retirement. Retirement.
Oh, you forgot to put that in. Okay, write it in.
All right. The next word is long COVID. 2 words. Long COVID. All right. The next word is asset. Asset. Uh-oh. Asset. The next word is asset. We got you. We got you.
We got you, mama.
All right. The next word. Are we ready? The next word is savings. Savings.
Christian, I'm really enjoying you.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, the next couple words. Social determinants of health. Social determinants of health. Nothing yet?
No winner yet?
All right. The next word is banking.
Hey! Can you bring your card up here? I know y'all not hating. I know we celebrating. Come on up here, let me see. All right, I just have one more thing to say. Did we show the video? We showed the video. My pastor, free spade. That's it. Wave your hand, Annette Barnes. There's a gift card for you in the back. Thank you. Clap one more time. I know you heard the video about the free giveaway for the tablets. If you would like a tablet, we have someone from our Kara. Can you please, Kara? Can you please raise your hand? They are ready to service you. If you need more information or if you would like one, please step in the back and they will explain it all to you. All right. After the event, go right in the back. Pastor Harris has 4,900 tablets to give away on his birthday. Who does that? Let's put our hands together one more time for him. All right. Now, I need you to look in that camera right there, if you will, and wave and say bye-bye online. Bye-bye online. Hit it, Joe. All right. All right. We got the raffle coming up. Uh-oh.